Chief Obodil belonged to the Okuma society. He had many large canoes and plenty of slaves to paddle them. These canoes were filled with new yams, each under one head slave and containing 8 paddlers. The canoes could carry 3 puncheons of palm oil and cost 800 rods each. When loaded, about 10 of them would travel together to local creek, paddling through winding waterways that cut through mangrove swamps dotted with pomoy trees. In the tornado season, the journey was perilous. The canoes rode so low in the water that even a small wave could sink them. Although most of the boys could swim, some were often lost to the many alligators that lurked below. After 4 days of intense paddling, they reached local creek, where they exchanged yams for dried shrimps and bundles of smoked fish. Chief Obodil had 2 sons, Tade and Jowa. Their mother died when they were young, so the boys were raised solely by their father. As they matured, they developed strikingly different personalities. Tade, the elder, was diligent and quiet, while Jowa preferred leisure and festivity, often traveling to nearby towns to dance and celebrate. By the time Tade was 20 and Jowa 18, their father passed away, leaving them to manage on their own. According to custom, the eldest son inherited everything, but out of brotherly love, Tade gave Jowa a generous share of rods and a parcel of land with a house. Unfortunately, Jowa squandered his inheritance quickly, hosting extravagant feasts and entertaining women lavishly. Within a few years, he had spent it all. He sold his house and continued his wild lifestyle with the profits. Kindly hit the subscribe button, thank you. Meanwhile, Tade had been expanding the family trade. He often made the trip to local creek himself and frequently sent off canoes filled with yams, returning with fish and shrimp that he sold in local markets. His wealth grew rapidly. Though he repeatedly warned Jowa to reform his ways, the younger brother ignored him. Eventually, Jowa ran out of money and went to Tade for help. Tade refused to give him any more funds but offered him honest work on the farm, promising a fair share of the profits. Jowa, insulted, turned him down and went back to town. There, he consulted the few unscrupulous friends he had left. These men, who had long depended on Jowa's wealth, suggested he borrow money from former party guests and flee with them to Ikitu village, 4 days away. Jowa followed the plan and secured loans from some townspeople. The group then escaped under cover of night. In Ikitu, they resumed their indulgent lifestyle among dancers and beautiful women. But within weeks, their funds were gone again. Desperate, they hatched a dark plan. Jowa would return to his brother, pretend to have changed, gain his trust, and poison him. A man named Okonj, a renowned local sorcerer, would provide the poison for a bribe of 800 rods. The concoction would kill Tade in 3 months, giving Jowa access to all his wealth. Jowa carried out the plan. He returned to Tade, professed remorse, and was welcomed warmly. Tade gave him food, clothes, and shelter. That evening, while pretending to light his pipe, Jowa slipped the poison into the soup in the kitchen. He then avoided eating and went to bed early. Tade dined alone and unknowingly consumed the fatal meal. Within a week, Tade began feeling ill. As his condition worsened, he summoned his household dibia, diviner. Sensing something was wrong, Jowa slipped away. The dibia cast lots and determined Jowa was responsible. Tade, in disbelief, dismissed the dibia and told Jowa of the accusation, but assured him he did not believe it. To clear suspicion, Jowa swore before the family shrine and drank from the sacred pot, claiming he was innocent. 3 months later, Tade died. The community mourned him deeply, for he was known as an honorable and generous man. Jowa hosted an elaborate funeral filled with feasting and dancing. He paid his old debts, opened his home to lavish guests again, and fell back into wasteful habits. His home once again filled with corrupt companions and vain women. Eventually, his behavior became so disgraceful that the elders of the land convened. They suspected witchcraft and resolved to test Jowa with the Ikari Brew, a sacred potion that revealed truth and punished liars. Jowa was summoned to the council lodge, where the elders accused him. He denied it, but they demanded he prove his innocence by drinking the Ikari. Trembling, Jowa drank. Under the power of the brew, he confessed to poisoning Tade with help from his so-called friends. He died in agony 2 hours later. The council then summoned his accomplices, tied them, and interrogated them. Terrified, they said nothing, but the elders declared them guilty by Jowa's confession. The next day, they were taken to Tade's reopened grave. Their heads were severed and dropped into the grave, followed by their bodies, as punishment and restitution. Since that time, any accused of witchcraft in the region are tried by the Ikari Brew to this day.